Obviously, the rematch this week between the Browns and the Steelers, a lot of eyes on that because of the melee a few weeks ago. What do you expect the league to be doing as they watch this game?
Well, they'll be monitoring it closely. I'm sure they're going to warn both teams in advance that any extracurriculars will result in severe discipline. They've already basically done that last time, fining or disciplining 33 players from the last time these two teams met 2 weeks ago. The suspensions we all saw. It's going to be, I think, a very hostile scene there. There's going to be a lot of energy in that stadium that day. We know the fans will be into it, but I'm sure the league will be policing it very closely. I'm sure they'll have extra eyes on the game, but I think everybody knows what's going on and what needs to be done.
Adam Schefter joining us on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. Adam, one of the other big stories, especially, all season, but the last couple of weeks, we've seen some pointed examples of officiating continuing to be a story in the league. Have you heard anything in the way of rumblings about more changes that might come this offseason, whether it has to do with the replay review system or other things that have gone on this season?
Well, those are the meetings that occur typically during the offseason, right around the combine. They go on after that, leading up to the owners' meetings in March. This year they'll be, I believe, in Palm Beach. But the fact of the matter is, I think everybody knows that the officiating has not been up to snuff this year, that the league's got to take a look at it and review it and figure out a way to improve it. There have been so many people that have complained about it. I'm getting texts from just random people on Sundays, people that I know, man, the officiating, it stinks, on, and it happens every week. And you hear the coaches' complaints. And so I can't imagine that the league just stands pat and lets it play out the way that it has. I don't know what it does, but I know what it doesn't do is sit back and relax and just to say, we're going to head into next season, just hope to do better.
Adam, as you get to this point in the year, 4, 5, 6 games left, some coaching moves have already been made. Some look like they're going to be made at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you hearing as potentially could be the hot candidates? Like a Lincoln Riley or perhaps anybody on Sean McVay's staff as it was in the past. Like, are there any of those names out there that are circulating that you think will have a job, regardless of how many come open?
But I think the two names at the college level. You brought up Lincoln Riley, Matt Rule. Those two guys, I think, would be desirable. The Jets interviewed Matt Rule last year. I think he'll be a name that somehow circulates again this year amongst those. And then there's a whole slew of coordinators. You look at the teams that win, the hot teams, and they typically find their coordinators, their coaches are in demand. I could give you a list of guys at this point in time. We go through the teams, but I think the two college guys you brought up with, you keep them in mind. And then there's some guys like Mike McCarthy that spent the year at football that I think will wind up getting some attention. So it's just that's the time of the year that we're in.
I think Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels will be of particular interest this time around.
Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, it comes up every year, and I thought it was interesting. After the situation with the Colts where he backed out, people said, "Oh well, that won't happen again." Yeah, of course it will, because he's that good a coach. Like, he's going to get another look. There's going to be another team that's interested in hiring him, and it'll happen again this year. If you go and look at it every year, I think the league has averaged since the turn of the century 6.7 head coaching changes per year. That's usually the number, which means we'll probably get 6 to 7 again this year. And when you have 6 to 7 openings, Josh McDaniels' name will come up amongst them.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.